So there I am about to sit down and chill out for the evening. I check my brand new Discord, which I'll leave a link to in the video description, and everyone is kicking off about Project Wingman, which I played about 2 years ago on PCVR, which is a really good game. So I was very surprised to see everyone very, very upset about Project Wingman, which is now called Project Wingman 59. This is the anniversary edition. I only think it's 2 years old, I'm not sure. But the Project Wingman game is flat. Project Wingman 59, Frontline 59, seems to be the VR version, and it is stated as 6 missions. You don't use the actual PSVR controllers, you use a DualShock, which I can accept. I don't mind that. I know some people are angry about that, but I'm not too angry about that. I can deal with that. The headset haptics feel really good. It does say it uses eye tracking. I sort of done like this thing where it says automatic or just basically do it yourself, but eye tracking, it did state that eye tracking never actually turns off or something, so I couldn't tell you if it made any difference or not, but the game seemed to feel the same with or without it. So first I want to talk about presentation. It's kind of hit and miss. This game is definitely reprojected 100%. There's no getting around that. It's got that fuzzy early, I guess a lot of you played, I'm trying to think of a game that a lot of you would have played to compare this to. It would have been Switchback. I think a lot of you would have picked up Switchback. It is I really enjoy Switchback, but that's how this game looks. Not quite PSVR 1, a little bit above PSVR 1, but not that much. When you go through clouds and stuff, it looks awful. It looks really bad when you go through the clouds. It's like they couldn't make clouds, they just made loads of white dots, and it isn't very good. The ground looks boring. The actual cockpit you're in looks good. I think that looks good. That's about it, really. Yeah, that's about it. There's not really much more to say, because when it comes to gameplay, it's hella, it's really boring, to be honest, and it's quite arcadey, which is weird because the first 5 minutes you kind of enjoy it. To be honest, I love flight sims in VR. I really do. I think they're a really great feeling, and you do get that feeling from this. When you actually like eventually take off and you're flying around, you think, wow, this is really cool. Like VR makes this amazing. More amazing. If you've ever played a flight sim and you've never considered getting VR, flight sims and flight games are amazing in VR. And this has that moment of like, wow, this is really cool. But it kind of goes after that. There's like scratches on the glass of the cockpit. That's pretty cool. But yeah, after that, unfortunately, the gameplay just gets really boring. It's just so many enemies. It feels so stretched out, you know. That's what it feels like. But there's this constant chatter that is meant to be story. Yeah, I get it, and that's what, but you just don't even get to pay attention to it because you're too busy sort of just shooting things, you know. And it's quite cheesy, quite funny actually. There was one good bit in the second level. If you go under the clouds, you get water on the cockpit. That was pretty cool. Kind of reminded me of Ace Combat, which to me personally is better than this. Ace Combat on PSVR, the VR missions, which I think is available on PCVR as well, is better than this. It might be shorter, I don't know, but even if the missions are shorter, these missions are like half-hour long, and they're just boring. It's just the same thing over and over and over again. Ace Combat wasn't boring at all. I enjoyed it from start to finish, and when I finished, I was disappointed. With this, I was looking forward to it finishing. That's pretty much my summary of this game. I don't know how much it is. I'm going to look it up right now. Wow. Okay, so it's $30 and £25 in my money. I would not pay that for this. Not if you're only into VR. I'm assuming there's a whole game here, but if you're just literally in it for VR, it's not worth it. I remember we had this conversation about Ace Combat, and I still thought it was worth it. We was annoyed that it felt like a demo, but at least it was kind of like, it was action, you know, and it looked good, and it felt good to play. It felt high quality. This doesn't feel high quality. There's a good sense of speed, but unfortunately, yeah, the gameplay is just like a never-ending loop of almost waves and waves of enemies, and it's just the same 5 seconds over and over and over again. I wouldn't recommend it. This is potentially one to avoid. Yeah, this is another one to avoid, and I'm completely gutted about that. I really am. I don't want to go into this next phase of VR with games that I don't want to recommend, and it's going to keep happening, I imagine. But thank you for letting me know via Discord it was out. I get a lot of emails, so I didn't find this one till today. So thank you for letting me know, and I really hope this can help you guys make a decision. But if I was you, I've just left it, and I don't think I want to play it anymore. I'm probably going to delete it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if it helps you, and I'll see you on the next one.